Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me today. We're going to be doing a massage for Courtney, the front of her leg she had requested, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Today I'm actually using coconut oil, which is a great option for both professional and novice masseuses. So I'm going to be doing some quad and IT band work and a little bit of work in the Tibialis in here, just doing a more general massage today. And I just got a lot of oil on my hands, so I'm just going to kind of make sure I don't get too much on one leg. It's really effective when you're doing any type of massage to work at an angle. So instead of trying to work down, working in. So just you gotta find like the right distance away from the massage table, depending on your body type. And there's just lots of ways that you can do this quad work. You can use stacked hands, which is really great if you want to have a little bit more sensitivity. And it's also really good if you're wanting to aim for more medium pressure. And this is just great for increasing circulation and general health of the muscle. And I'm going to start going in with a little bit more pressure. And just trying to keep my wrists as straight as possible. So if I were trying to do this with one hand, you can definitely do that, but it's a lot less effective and it's a lot more strain on your wrist. So just supporting your hand that's working is really important. I actually, for some reason, have always found the quads to be a lot more challenging to work on than the hamstrings. A lot of people would say it's the other way around, but and in my massage videos I've mentioned just cultivating the more subtle aspects of your massage practice, or if it's just your hobby. So just learning to fine-tune your movements, so not ending each stroke too abruptly, or just finding a rhythm that feels good. So I really have enough awareness of what's going on in Courtney's quads to do deeper work more effectively. And her soft tissue is also warmed up enough where I can start working a little bit deeper. And you don't have to shake vigorously. It's just a really subtle kind of rocking movement across that muscle fiber. You can also go straight up, but I just like incorporating that movement a little more. I think it's more effective. And I'm going to start working my way into this IT band, the side of the leg. So there's a couple of different ways you can do this when your client's face up. So you can just angle this leg a little bit, but if your client has any type of knee issue, this isn't really smart. So just be mindful of that. And I'm just trying to work my way up and really working from my core as much as I can, working in at an angle as I work my way up. And honestly, for the majority of people, angling the knee is not going to be a problem. If you feel like you're not getting in there quite enough, you can actually just angle the IT band a little bit more. So at this point, it's a lot easier to go to the opposite side of the table. It's just a better angle. So I'm going to start actually just working my way down. And I don't usually, take this extra step. It's just if you're, depending on the body type of the person that you're working on, it's good to have different techniques up your sleeve. And just ending with something that's a little more relaxing. So I'm simultaneously working on the IT band and the quad muscle. Just working this soft tissue. And this is great for increased blood flow. So trying to do effleurage or petrissage on the same side. Like if I were standing on the opposite side of the table, it would be at a weird angle to do this. And I'm going to start just working my way down. It's fun just finding like creative ways to transition from body part to body part. And not feeling like you have to do the same, do that in the same way every time. Because everybody really is different. And same thing, if you need to access this tibialis a little bit more, you can just simply angle the leg, but not if someone has any sort of like chronic knee issue. So this is the same thing, just trying to do this kind of work on this side of the table would be a really weird angle for me as the body worker. going in with both hands, using the heel on my hands. And I'm just gonna stretch Courtney's leg a little bit. This is really good for the low back. And moving to the opposite side, do the same sequence. Sometimes with coconut oil, you have to let it melt in your hands a little bit before you can use it. So right now I'm just making sure that I'm not gonna have to go back in with more oil. And I would say, like, if you want a really smooth glide when you're working on skin, using like professional massage lotion is by far like the best. Oil isn't as good, but that's just my opinion. And I always find that when I'm working with my non-dominant hand, it's just a little bit more challenging. So it's not like uncommon to feel like you're better at doing massage with one hand versus the other. And also, like, you don't have to use the same exact techniques on each side. Like, when I go in with a soft fist, I feel like the muscle is kind of bouncing underneath my hand, so it's just more effective to use that soft open palm. Going in with my thumbs. And just remembering, if you feel nervous to give your, girlfriend or boyfriend a massage, like, it's really about the care that you bring to it. It's not about having perfect technique or, knowing exactly what you're doing. It's more about just giving the gift of touch and caring that way. And with Courtney's body type, I think that this is really the best way to work on her IT band. So I'm just gonna angle that leg a little bit. So if you're working on someone that is a little bit bigger, it would be easier to do the technique of like bending the knee and then angling. But you really have to just take it client by client, person by person. So I think the trickiest part with the IT band is it's the longest tendon in the body, and it can get really, when it's tight, it can be challenging to actually stay on the IT band. It can kind of like, you your hand can kind of bounce off. So it just takes sensitivity and time to really learn how to like stay on my IT band. And just finding the right angle. I'm gonna move to the opposite side, and so I feel like my hands are a little bit sticky because I didn't use quite enough oil, but this still feels really nice, I'm sure. And just working on that quad and my T-band at the same time. And you can even do a little bit on the knee. Actually feels really nice. And finally, just working my way into the tibialis. Just warming everything up. And finally just going in a little bit more pressure. And the biggest challenge when you're kind of coming in from the opposite side of the table is not rounding your back too much. So just try and elongate your spine as you work. And I am definitely not perfect about this. Sometimes I just get wrapped up in what I'm doing and forget, but it's important to check in with yourself. Courtney's right tibialis definitely felt quite a bit tighter. And just ending with a nice little stretch. Courtney's low back. And if somebody, has knee issues, just be really careful of any pulling. But for most people, that's going to feel really nice. So that is it for today. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and I look forward to seeing you next time.
If you enjoy these videos, please join us at PsycheTruthPatrons.com for dozens of exclusive videos and premium programs. We have over 1,000 videos you won't find on YouTube, such as modeling and fashion hauls, exclusive massage videos, ASMR, behind the scenes, bloopers, and much more. It's a great way to help us keep the cameras rolling so we can continue making the content you love. Patrons will get 2 to 3 new exclusive videos each week, so I hope you'll consider joining our Patreon family today. Just visit PsycheTruthPatrons.com.